What's up, y'all? I feel like I haven't done a car rant in a minute. I just have had a lot of stuff on my mind lately, and you know what? Let me just go ahead and get this off of my chest before I explode. I just want to just touch on what it means to stay in your lane. And this video is not taking shots at anyone, but I think that sometimes people don't know that they are not in their lane, or no one is brave enough to tell them, listen, you need to stay in your lane. So the way I define staying in your lane is, to make it simplest terms, minding your business, and just worrying about yourself only. A lot of times we just get wrapped up in other people's shit. We're always worried about what the next person is doing. We neglect doing what we should be doing, whether that's at work, in our personal life, professional life, relationship life, anything, and we're just all about what someone else is doing. Let me tell you guys, it's power in staying in your lane. And I had to learn this firsthand. I had a problem staying in my lane professionally. Not personally, well, maybe personally too. So I'm going to give you a few examples. So professionally, I take my profession I take it to heart. And I'm very passionate about the work I do and just being a therapist in general. But there'd be a lot of times where I felt like I would do work and people would get credit for it, or other people would be acknowledged for certain things, their hard work, and I wouldn't. Or I would wonder why certain policies and procedures are the way they are, and why do some people do the things they fucking do. And it was driving me nuts to the point I was getting stressed out or depressed, or I would come into work angry. And then one day, I had to realize, maybe I should just mind my business. Even though I did work and I feel like I'm not getting credit for it, I don't need to make this big deal about it. Or why am I worried about what Jane or Susie doing when I should be focusing on myself? And a lot of times when we don't stay in our lane, we miss opportunities to grow ourselves professionally and personally. When you're never in your lane and you're always in someone else's lane, 9 times out of 10, you're not growing, you're not developing. So when I learned to take a step back and just stay in my own lane, I began to grow personally and professionally. I just found that I just stopped caring, not about the work, but about the content of things at work. In my personal life, to kind of self-disclose a little bit, the people I love dearly, and I'm very protective over people I love. And so I'm not one to get in other people's relationship business, but I did have a family member who, shared some things about their relationship and the hurt they were experiencing. And when my friends or family hurt, I hurt, especially if I really care about you. And so I took it upon myself to address their partner at the time, and it pretty much caused a lot of chaos, and it really damaged my relationship with this relative. And so I reflect back on it, even though my intentions are good, because you can still have good intentions, but everything is not your responsibility. But me sticking my nose in somebody else's business pretty much damaged a relationship with a family member. Oh, and that's what I was getting. And my intentions and my heart was pure. I had every good intention, never to I didn't want to overstep my boundaries, but when I look back on it, it was very innocent. It wasn't no malintent involved in it. Anyway, but when I look back on it and I think about it, that wasn't my place. That wasn't my place. But if you have people who want to do whatever they want to do, let them stay in your lane. That way you don't have to worry about falling out. But one way I figure I could stay in my lane is not getting wrapped up in other people's shit. But not only that, I don't want people telling me their problems, unless it's my clients. You get what I'm saying? Because I am a therapist, but I don't want people involving me in their shit. A lot of times we end up going into another lane because people will wrap us up in their shit, and you have the power to say, listen, I'm sorry, no offense, I don't mean any harm, but I don't really care. Don't put me in your shit. Focus on your own goals. Why are you worried about what the next person is doing? Why? What does that have to do with you? Mind your business. And even if you see people trying to get in your lane, stop them. Tell people stay in their lane. it does nothing but frustrate you. When you're staying in your lane, I feel like life is more peaceful. You can think clearly. You're not really worried about other things or anything that doesn't revolve around you. And don't give people access to come in your lane. And if people give you an open invitation to come in their lane when they're trying to pull you in, you have the right to decline, to say no, not this time. Like, no, I don't really feel like I want to be a part of that. Decline it. Focus on what you should be focusing on. Nobody else's stuff. No one else. When you're not staying in your lane, I feel like 9 times out of 10, like, life becomes very chaotic. Who wants a chaotic ass life? It's chaotic. It's draining mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And so I'm just on this whole staying in my lanes type of stuff. Like, I'm in my lane. I don't care what everyone is doing on social media. Like, I literally felt about that. So I said that to say, like, immediately when I feel like people are coming in my lane, or just like welcoming their opinions and shit in my life, like, they gotta go. Like, I have no time or no energy, no anything for that. When you're not staying in your lane, I feel like people even begin to compare their lives, compare themselves to other people. So I challenge you all today who's watching this video I hope you feel inspired. I hope you, like, re-examine yourself and people and things in your life and ask yourself, am I staying in my lane? Your lane, everyone's lane is defined differently. For me at work, my lane, I'm just a therapist. And I don't care about administration things. I don't care about management things. I care about my clients and me providing the best care to them. In my personal life, I don't want anything to do with anybody else's relationship, finances, anybody else's like chaos. I want no part of it. So because I'm staying in my own lane, I'm so in tune with myself and my life that I don't have time for the nonsense. And if you're not in your lane, it's not too late. Just get your ass back in your lane. Other people are, pulling you in their lane, or other people are unwelcoming themselves in your lane. Make sure you cut that immediately. Fix that. Staying in your lane also means stop talking out of your ass. Stop giving answers to things that you really don't know what you're talking about. It's almost like an example of, even though like some parents need to take advice, but like when a parent says, don't tell me what to do with my child, I know what I'm doing. If you don't really know what you're talking about, stay in your lane. It's like kind of like the lamest example I can give you, but people talk out of the side of their neck all the time, and it's like, what? Like, stop talking out of turn. Stop sharing your opinions about people's lives and what they do. And, especially when you don't really know. It could cause a lot less stress in your life if you just stop. Like, stop. You're not an expert in everything. And I had to learn that. Some of us think we just know it all. Stay in your lane. You accept that you're not a know-it-all. And it's okay not to be a know-it-all. You don't have all the answers to things. Even if you feel like you know the answer, just kind of like, I would not speak so quickly. Just stay in your motherfucking lane, guys. I'd like for you guys to comment below and let me know, like, are there times where you feel like you had to check yourself for not staying in your lane? Or like, how do you define staying in your lane? That's what I would like to know. So staying in your lane it's a metaphor used to like describe behavior almost. I feel like I could be wrong, but I don't have the exact like Wikipedia definition of staying in your lane, but I would say it's like a metaphor. I feel like staying in your lane, it means to keep doing what you're doing without feeling bad about it, or don't let don't be subjected about other people's opinions of what you're doing in your life. Worry about yourself and worry about what you're doing. So that's just like my little car rant today. I don't know if any of this made sense to you, and I hope you all have good vibes. I hope that you become so in tune and enmeshed and so into yourself and your life and in your lane that nothing stares you out. Okay? And so I said that to say, I hope you all have a good Friday, and I hope this was some motivation and positivity to you, and I'll see you all in my next car rant.